As someone that was born and raised in Israel and someone that loves this country, you can't just sit, 5,000 miles away in New York.
To be part of the big operation that happens in Israel, to be part of this significant times in Israel.
I just knew I had to go back home, save my country, help my people, and give my part.
Planefuls of Israeli reservists arrived over the weekend to pick up the fight against Hamas. Chris is here, just got back from Israel. Look, Chris, I spent 4 years there, so covering this is sort of in my DNA. I'm wondering, though, from the time you left to go over after seeing the news and the time you came back, how did your perspective, we'll call it the conflict generously, changed?
Well, I mean, I think the only thing that really there are two things that threw me in the 25 plus years that I've been monitoring the situation professionally. One is how badly Israel was caught off guard. Never seen anything like it. The second thing is this odd confusion or conflation, if you want, in the American dialogue between Palestinian suffrage, which is real, and this idea that Hamas is in any way a force for good or for the interests of those people, which is nonsense. And I was taken by surprise by that in Israel. I kind of couldn't even follow it. Didn't make sense. I didn't even cover it because it seems so wrong-headed to me, but it's very, very real.
Look, it's real. I see it as growing. Bill O'Reilly was on in the segment before, and he said the cancel culture is coming back around against the Hamas supporters, especially on university campuses. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think it would be great if it did, because the celebration of terrorism and the celebration of the slaughter of civilians is wrong. There is good and evil in this world, and people have to make that distinction. What I'm interested, though, is we never saw this when it came to ISIS, right? Same tactics, same kind of brutality, and no one shed a tear over ISIS. No one thought to even wonder who they were fighting for, or why, or justify it, or anything else. As you look at it, is there any way to look at this and what we're seeing as anything other than real anti-Semitism that's sort of now been festering for so long in America and is exploding?
The best argument is that there is a metaphor from Palestine to the apartheid state in South Africa, and that Israel put them and is keeping them in this position, and that's what makes it different than ISIS. That's why after 9/11, when people could have argued that we had created a lot of distress in the stands, and that's why ISIS was so mad at us, nobody made that argument. We went right after first the Taliban, then Al-Qaeda, then AQAP, and then finally ISIS or Daesh or whatever you want to call them. The distinction here would be, but we weren't actively oppressing those people, and Israel is. Even if that's your argument, Hamas is still poison. Hamas is not a legitimate government that has the interests of the Palestinians. They went into Israel, did something grotesque, knew that Israel would retaliate, and are in fact banking on it to drive their extremism and their calling card among the suffering. That's what this is about. So you can be pro-Palestine. You can feel badly for the Palestinian people and realize that life should get better, and the region and the world should have a role in that. But you should not be supporting Hamas. They are nothing but poison.
I would take great issue to comparing it to South Africa, as I'm sure you know, but that will be a discussion for another time. I know you got some people on coming up.
That's their argument.
A little later.
It's not my argument, but that is the argument.
Oh, yeah. No, people make all sorts of arguments. It just some have validity, some don't. Chris, it's good to see you as always. Welcome home. We're glad to have you. I've missed our talks. Hopefully we'll find something else to talk about other than this tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.